Janibek and Carlos Adames going against each other, trading words. Janibek says that Carlos Adames is easy work. He says that he's already been knocked out at 154. It wasn't a KO, but he did get dropped by Patrick Textura. I want to say that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was at 154. Not sure. Yeah, it was at 154. Um, Janibek is throwing some fighting words out there. I mean, he's letting Carlos Adames know, like, I know you on my radar. I hear you talking. But I'm going to let it be known you easy work to me. You call that man easy work, man. And knows that he's been dropped already. That sounds like fighting words. That's basically a threat to let him know that basically you're not gonna try to take no belts from me at this time right now. Will that fight happen anytime soon? If I had to guess, I would probably say probably give that fight like 12 months to build up. Probably have a fight, 1 or 2 fights in between. I couldn't see them going into the fight straight, each promoter, because now Janibek is in a position where he can try to leverage his belts for a big fight, and Carlos Adames is in the same type of position. They both have belts. They both can make it happen. I feel like it's something that should happen sometime soon. I've been covering this for a while now. But Carlos Adames is a threat, though. Janibek know he is. That's why Janibek responds to him. But also, Carlos Adames knows Janibek's a threat, and he wants to try to take his belts away. It's going to be good, though. I hope Carlos Adames basically doesn't put himself in a position where he could possibly lose the fight. Lose the belts. Focusing on trying to make this fight happen, and while having other fights happen. That's happened a lot of times we've seen. He just came out of a hard fight with Julian J. Rock Williams. It was a hard, tough fight. I felt like Adames probably got a little too confident, a little too cocky before the fight, throughout the fight. Julian J. Rock was a very formidable opponent, and he's been through a lot of big fights, so that was a good challenge for Adames. But I would say overall, Janibek's a taller guy, longer reach, so that's an entirely different kind of challenge. But with Adames, will he be able to make the fight happen without him being in a position where he doesn't have any more belts? That's what I'm kind of thinking of right now, because there's a lot of guys at that 54 and 60 that have tried to put fights together and let them marinate. Then the belts get shuffled around. It's happened so many times. But I feel like at this time, he can put himself in a position where Janibek would have to try to come get a belt from him. Janibek knows who he is if he want another belt. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get a belt, he's going to have to. Or unless you're going to try to wait him out. But as far as them trying to make a fight, I think they're going to build it up. See, this is what people got to realize. The fighters got to do it first before the promoters try to get out there and try to throw some money behind it. You got to be your own promoter these days. See how Tank and Ryan and other guys have built certain fights through social media. A lot of fans like to gravitate to social media posts and different things of how to build a fight now. I mean, I guess that's the way they doing it now. I didn't see Conor McGregor and Floyd on social media trying to make a fight happen. They usually just made the fight happen. Sometimes if the fight big enough, you ain't got to do all that. But some guys, you have to promote yourself, which I see. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Good marketing. Why not? I will say if Janibek is going to be doing a lot of talking, he's going to have to bag it up. Also, with Adames at this time, Adames is on a hot pace right now as far as going through the division. He's looking for a matchup right now. Janibek would be an excellent matchup. As far as with the promoters, would it be time for them to make it right now? I don't think so. I feel like they'll try to let that build up. there's not really many names at 160 right now that's worth trying to put together a big fight right now. You gotta let it build up. There's not really any big fights at 160. We gotta find some new prospects. Nobody's there. If they were, Triple G probably would have thrown a name around and tried to fight them, but that's not even happening. So that entire division needs work. I feel like right now, they need to mix it up with a couple of guys at 160 so we can try to see some things, have a better fight, fresh off. Not too many guys are really making anything happen at this point. I know Janibek fought a couple of names. They aren't many guys that's over here in America. Hasn't fought many over here, but across seas and different guys from Europe he has, which I can kind of see how that prepare him for what he's at now, but prepare him for the future, I don't really know. Against because at this point right now, if I was to be unbiased, Adames has fought better competition. You know what I'm saying? Even though Janibek has 2 belts, nobody knows the guys that these guys have faced, honestly. Except for Julian J. Rock and the guys that's on Carlos Adames' resume as far as being on PBC and guys he's dealt with. But other than that, we don't know too much about these guys' resumes as far as what level they at. You know, most guys, they're in improvement mode. So, but the talking that's going on back and forth right now, somebody's going to be looking bad after this fight happens. Because you got one guy saying, I'm going to take you out and you running. Then the other guy saying, you're easy work. And didn't you get knocked out before? So, I mean, perfect responses. Dude said, didn't you get knocked out before? Adames going to be like, well, I'm done talking. All I can do is set up the fight at this time. Yeah, you're right. That's about all you can do. But that's going to be a lot of fighting and arguing. A lot of different things that's going on. I don't feel like that division is being respected right now anyway. They got a lot of work to do just overall as far as getting it back to where they can actually make a name for themselves in that division. Because a lot of guys now, there's a lot of guy fans over here, they'll say, oh, Janibek is being ducked by people. He's not being ducked, obviously. Carlos Adames is trying to fight him right now, so obviously he's not being ducked. And I don't think someone fighting Benavidez is ducking Janibek. Like, let's be real. Come on, let's be honest. But we will see in the future. But as far as with the fight right now, just a lot of talking going on. But there will be some time where we can see what guy we will possibly pick. If I had to go off the top of the dome right now, I don't know, man. Probably Carlos Adames, just off better fighters. But as Janibek said, he has been dropped before. So it's not like he's a boogeyman like everyone tried to make it seem last year when it was like, well, Charlo need to fight Adames and this guy needs to fight Adames. He fought J-Rock. He didn't look that good to me. He could have lost, honestly. He looked very exhausted after the fight, too. I saw him breathing hard and all that stuff. Yeah, he was in a hard fight, buddy. Definitely in a hard fight. I don't know who you thought you was going to walk over, and he was definitely in a hard fight. So I know Janibek definitely has a chance against him. To be honest, a lot of people say this, but it's really a 50-50 fight at this point. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.